This video is sponsored by FlexiSpot, but more on them later. So this is my current gaming slash YouTube studio, and as you can see, it's a mess. Just look at those cables, but by the end of the video, it will look completely different. Quick overview of the whole room. On this wall right by the door, we got some Govee glide lights, and then under that is a little weight bench with some dumbbells and a computer on top and 3 motherboard boxes. And then to the left of that, I got a whiteboard with all my YouTube videos planned out, well, the ones I'm working on. And then my main gaming slash work desk. So when I game, I use my PC, and when I work, I use my MacBook right over here. These are my work peripherals, and then those are my gaming ones right there. And then to the left of the gaming slash work desk is the work desk. This is where I record, this is where I build PCs, this is where I test PCs, and this is where I flip PCs. And now for problems I want to fix. You can obviously see there's an Ethernet cord that just goes along the floor to this desk setup. But other than that, it's honestly just a mess. Like, there's speakers there, there's wires literally everywhere. So let's just clean it up. So what's the plan to completely transform my studio? Well, we're going to take my old work desk and get rid of it. It's all wobbly and needs an upgrade. Then we're going to take my old gaming desk and use that as my new work desk. And I'm obviously going to move some things around. The gaming slash work setup will be on the left wall, and the main work desk will be on the right wall. Then we have some things that I would like to incorporate in the setup if it's possible. I have some IKEA pegboards and some foam acoustic hexagons and this white shelf. Let's get started. First step is to get this old work desk out of here. Crazy thing, this is a FlexiSpot frame, and I bought this as an entry-level standing desk, and now we're getting FlexiSpot to send us stuff. Drop a like for the channel progress, and a massive thank you to all of you. The desk does have a power strip that I'm going to reuse, so I also took that off. And now, since the desk is on caster wheels, it's super easy to move around. Well, except when you have to make a sharp turn in the hallway. Good thing I'm not a stick anymore, so I just picked it up. I also removed the caster wheels so I can put them on my new work desk. Speaking of my new work desk, let's completely take apart my main setup. I'm super excited to be rebuilding my studio. It's been needing a refresh, I'm gonna be honest. Since I spend most days in here, I want it to be a place I enjoy. Not that I don't necessarily fully enjoy it, it's just stale is all. Especially my main desk setup. Since this is where I am majority of the time, I'm literally here right now, but I edit here and make videos all the time. When I'm done, my new setup will be on a completely different wall and have a whole different vibe to it. Now that we got my setup taken apart, it made my kitchen a mess. We got everything from the setup in here and new packages for the setup. Since I did take off those caster wheels, let's put them back on the new work desk and get it in its spot. I hope these caster wheels can support this desk since it is a lot heavier than the previous one. I had to move the weight bench and everything on that side out of the way so I can fit the new desk. And you know, since I'm moving things, I'm going to be vacuuming the area so it's nice and clean for the new setup. If you don't clean, you a bum. Now let's set up the new work setup. Comment down below how many times I've said setup in this video. I decided to move one of my Alex drawers in the corner and take down my whiteboard and move it somewhere else since I'm putting this fake plant on top of the Alex drawer so it would just cover it. The plant does sit a bit high. It literally touches the ceiling, but I think it looks nice with the wood desk. I used to have it in my old setup and I'm happy to have it back. So this new work desk will mainly be used for recording and testing PCs. Oh, and also building PCs. So this monitor is really the only thing that will always be on the desk, but I can easily take it off if need be. The new plan and goal for this new setup is to be able to pull the desk away from the wall and get different angles for videos. The new work setup is almost done. I will finish it later. I just hope it all goes to plan. It's looking really good right now. But now let's build my new gaming slash work setup. Oh boy, I am excited. But I also want to thank FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. I've been using them for a good amount of time, and I'm not just saying that. As you know, my old work desk was a FlexiSpot frame. My new work desk is FlexiSpot, and now my main setup will be FlexiSpot as well. They were kind enough to send out another premium standing desk. It's the E7 Pro. It's the exact same as my old desk, but instead of the bamboo top, it's a white chipboard material. Chipboard is essentially the same as particle board. Their description of it is a sturdy material that holds up well under pressure, creates stable desks without any weak spots. So it should be just as sturdy as the bamboo top, and it's definitely almost the same amount of weight. I was expecting it to be lighter, almost like an IKEA frame, but man, this thing has some weight to it. And assembling their desks are super simple. I built it and set it up in under 30 minutes. It is super sturdy and has a sleek touchpad with memory controls, and you can have up to 4 presets. I have one for a sitting height, a standing height, and one for max height so I can slide my chair under when it's not in use. They also have accessories you can add to your desk like this pull-out under drawer, and they look really nice together. I highly recommend FlexiSpot for any of your setup needs. Whether you have a gaming setup, an office space, or you just want to build the ultimate studio like me, then FlexiSpot is the spot. Their Black Friday sale is beginning and they have a lot of deals going on, and you can also use the discount code FlexiSpot30 to save an additional $30 on checkout. Be sure to check them out down below, and thank you FlexiSpot once again. Now that we have the desk fully assembled, let's quickly rebuild this setup. I do plan on doing some upgrades to the setup at the end of the video, but for now, I just want it to be a functional setup. I started off by mounting a power strip under the desk, then I began mounting the monitors. The old setup was a black monitor mount and it was a stacked orientation. This time I'm using a white monitor arm and having one horizontal monitor and one vertical. I do plan on hopefully streaming again in the near future, so that will be nice for chat. I got the PC back on the desk with all my peripherals, and man, the setup is looking extremely clean because there is no cables. This is what I want my setup to look like with cables, so hopefully I can achieve that look. Now after adding all the cables, it's honestly a complete mess, but don't worry, we will fix that. Alrighty, it has been a few days, but here's what the newly refreshed studio is looking like. It's coming along. I've made a couple changes off camera. The first change, I've removed the closet doors, and honestly, it just looks so much better. One, it's way easier to move things in and out of the closet. I don't have to worry about the doors being in the way. Two, the doors were ugly, so I don't know, it just looks way better with them gone. It's a nice open space, and I might use this as like a background in some videos maybe, who knows. And then the second change I made, I added some caster wheels to my main desk. They're just too good. How can you not? I just got used to having caster wheels on one desk, and now I have to have it on all. And then actually the last change, I added caster wheels to one of my C-stands as well. So now I can just move my light around super easy. And I did mention that the new work setup wasn't done, so I would say let's finish it, but it's already done. I know it doesn't look the best, but let me tell you why it's done. The white shelf that I talked about in the beginning of the video that I wanted to mount, I was gonna put it right above this new work setup, but not anymore. I plan on moving in hopefully a few months, so I want to try to avoid mounting anything on the wall if possible, but I still want to mount those pegboards just because I love pegboards. So let's mount those right now. And this is why I said I love pegboards. You can't tell me that just doesn't look nice. I'll be honest, it's not super functional. There's just like a book up there, one of my favorite books, a little fake plant, a little keyboard that's broken, electric air duster, some keyboard switches, and another fake plant. But it just looks nice. And now to finish up this corner, let's install the whiteboard. And this looks like a good height. Pegboard's up, the whiteboard's up, and this corner is looking pretty good. I can honestly see myself using this as a background as well. I know in the beginning of the video, I mentioned I had some upgrades that I wanted to do to the main setup, so let's do those now. The first upgrade is a little computer swap. Recently, I built a new computer in a really nice looking case, so let's go ahead and swap it out. Out with the old, and in with the new. This thing is freaking massive compared to the other computer case. But man, the little breakup of all the white with this setup matched with this black case with these white pegboards. Ooh, this looks awesome. Another upgrade is right in this box. Boom, 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 boom. As you can see, it's a box from Elgato, and it's one of their low profile Elgato mic arms. I already have a pretty nice boom arm, but man, I just wanted a white one and it's low profile. Ooh, this mic arm is so clean. Here's one last look at the setup. Now let's finalize it. The main thing is just cable management. A perk of having a FlexiSpot desk is cable managing is just super easy. All you have to do is just raise it up to its max height, stand right behind it, and bam. Obviously, you still have to cable manage and use things like zip ties and Velcro straps. It's not going to do those things for you, but it is nice since it brings the cables to a more comfortable position to work with. It took me about 30 minutes to cable manage the setup, and here is the reveal. So this is the new revamped YouTube slash gaming studio. I'm using 2 FlexiSpot desks, and man, I couldn't be any happier. I love the different looks that I can get in this room. I have this that I can use as a background. I have my main setup that I can use as a background. I even have this corner that I can use as a background. Imagine what the shot would look like if the PC was on. And then I can use this open closet as a background as well if I really wanted to. It's safe to say this is exactly what I wanted with revamping my setup. Something new and something fresh, and I think we definitely achieved that. If you enjoyed this video, then smash the like button, subscribe if you loved it, and I want to thank FlexiSpot once again for sponsoring this video. Make sure you guys check them out down below in the description box.